Hi everyone and welcome to a new video on the CBI channel. In this Django for Beginners tutorial series, we're creating a blog-style web application using Python Django. And it looks something like this, where we have different articles where we can read them and have these nice looking images, including tags. And we also have the possibility to create, edit and delete different blog posts. Now, this is not the first video in this series. In fact, we've already done 18 videos before, showing all of the different things you need to know to get to the same result. Now in this video, we're going to continue and we're going to make sure that the user that is signed in can visit its own profile and can change the user information, such as the username, but also the first name and the last name. To do that, we'll follow 5 steps. We'll start by creating a new URL template and view for the profile page that we will be creating. Next, we're going to create the link in navbar to the profile page so the user can access it. Once that is ready, we can add a form on that user page with all of the user's information where they can edit their profile page, and we can handle the submission of the data to our database. And as a last step, we'll test if everything works in the way that we expect. So we're now inside of our code, and the first thing is creating a new template, view, and URL. So we're going to go to the user section of our application. And in this instance, I'm just going to copy over the create page we already had in another template section and paste that in the place of the users. And we'll call this one the profile.html file. Now on the top, we can here say edit your profile. And for now, what we'll do is we're gonna get rid of this and we'll comment out the form by doing control and then a slash, because we don't have the form ready yet and we can add that later on. All right, so now we have an HTML page, but we also need to have the view and the URL. So we're gonna go to the views.py file, and in here we can just copy over the sign up view that we already had, and we're going to be calling this the profile view. Now at this moment we don't have this form or the post mechanism yet, so we're just going to get rid of this and we'll clear the context because we don't want to bring anything from our view to our template. And we'll change the signup.html to the profile.html file so that the HTML file we just created is connected to this view. Now the last thing we'll also need is a URL. So we're going to go to the urls.py file and we're going to copy over the one we've already had for the sign up. And we just say that the name is going to be profile. The view is going to be the profile view that we've just created. And the URL will be users/profile. So let's now open a new terminal and start our server. And we do that by activating the virtual environment with venv/scripts/activate and then python manage.py run server. And now we are right here logged in as user1. And if I go to /users/profile, you see that we have a page where we can edit our profile. So this works just fine. However, what we now want to do is that this button right here actually goes to the profile page for the user. So we need to make a slight change to our navigation menu. So back in our code, in our navigation menu lives in our base.html file inside of the posts templates folder. Now currently we have this part right here where we have a list item with a link and that says that we're signed in as the user.username. Now the only thing we need to do is change this href right here. So we're going to add the link of the profile page. So we do 2 times these curly brackets and 2 times a percentage sign. And then we say that the URL where we want to go is to profile. And let's save that. And this profile is simply the name that we given this URL right here. So now we are back on the home page and let's refresh this. And if I now click on the button for sign in as user, you notice that we get to our profile. Now it doesn't light up when we are on the profile page because if I click home, it stays as selected. So let's also make sure that that happens right here. And we do that by adjusting this method right here that says if the requested path is equal to something, then we're going to set it to active. So we'll also do that here. And the path that we want to do is users slash profile. So we can go here and say that the path is slash users slash profile. And let's save that. And now if we refresh this, you notice that it ends up as a selected button. So this seems to be working fine. Now, of course, this is nice, but we want the information of the user displayed here inside of a form. And to do that, we need to create a new form inside of our users folder. So we scroll down to the users section right here, and we don't have a forms.py file in here yet. So what we'll do is in the user section, I'm creating a new file called forms.py. Now to create our form for the users, we need to do two imports. First of all, we do from Django, and we import forms. And also we need from Django.contrib.auth.models, we want to import user because the user model is where our user information is currently stored. And you can also see that inside of our database of DB browser that the user model has all of the information. And we want to make sure that the user can change the username and also set their first name and their last name. So those are the three fields that we're going to be targeting in our form. So to do that, we go back to our forms.py file and we say that we want to have a class called user update form because that's what we will be doing. And this is a forms.model form. Now, the first thing that we need to highlight here are the fields that we want to target. So the first field that we want to have in our form is the one for first name. And that is going to be a forms.character field. And we can give this some parameters. So for example, we can say that the label is going to be equal to first name. And that will be the text that shows up as the form title. We can also specify a max length because we don't want to have people with ridiculously long names. So we set that to 50. And we can also state that required is going to be equal to false because we don't necessarily want people to put in their name, but if they want to, they can. Now, for the next one, we're going to do exactly the same thing. So we do a comma and just copy over what we had before, but this is going to be for the last name because it's also one of the fields we want to target. And actually, we don't need the comma here. Now, we also want to have one last one, and we'll also just copy that one over. And let's just change the label here to last name, otherwise it's inconsistent. And the last field we want to target is the username. And we can set this one to username. And here we're going to remove the required is false because we actually do want to have the username always present because that's used for logging in. Now, the last stuff we need to specify underneath the fields they want to target is the class meta. And in here, we need to specify which model we need to update these fields in, and that model is called user. Next to that, we also need to specify the fields, and we'll do that inside of a list. And those fields are going to be the first name, the last name, and the username, which are also the ones right here. So last name, first name, and the username. And let's save this. So now we need to put this form on our HTML file. And to pass something from the backend to the HTML file, we need to go to the views.py file. So what we can do right here is, first of all, import that form that we have just created. So we say from.forms, import the user update form. Next, we need to go to our profile page and we can say that form is equal to the user update form. And we want to also specify for which user we want to have the form on the page. Because of course, the user update form will always need to contain the information of the current user. So to do that, we can actually do that quite easily by specifying an instance. And the instance can be equal to request.user. Now, what this will do is that it doesn't matter who will log in. It will always take the credentials of the current user that is logged in and provide the form for them specifically. Now, of course, we also need to specify the form in the context, and we've already done that right here. So we can copy that over and put that in there for the profile. And now the last step is to go to our profile.html file. And in here, we're just going to get rid of the indentations by using control slash again. And we have this form tag with the method of post and the CSRF token, and then our actual form rendered right here. And the button text is actually going to be equal to submit profile info. And we're actually also going to get rid of the enc type right here because we only need that if we submit data for multiple choice or images, and we don't have that. So let's save that. And now if we refresh our page, we actually get an error. So let's see what is wrong. It has taken me a while, but I have done a mistake here in our forms.py file where it needs to be model is equal to user and not the colon right there. And now when we refresh this, we can see the usernames right here. So you can notice that our profile currently has this first name of user, last name of one, and then the username of user one. And that is consistent with what we see for user one inside of our database, where the first name is user and user one. So now when the user changes this form and we click on submit, we want it to store the information correctly. But currently we don't have that functionality built in yet. So let's do that right now. So back to the views.py file, we can actually just use a very similar piece of code as for the sign up. So what we'll do is we'll copy that one over, and inside of the profile part, we'll do if request that method is post. So when we click the button, then our form is equal to the user update form where we do request.post, but we also state that the instance is equal to request.user because we want to update it specifically for the user that does the action. Then we check if the form is valid, and if that is the case, we save it. And then we're returned to the home page. So let's now save it and see what happens when we change the values for user one. So we're now back in our application, and I'm going to change the first name to Harry and the last name to Kane. And the username is now going to be Harry Kane. And let's see what happens if I submit this data. So we're getting back to the homepage, and I immediately see that we're now signed in as Harry Kane instead of the user one. And also when I go here, you notice that our profile information has successfully updated. And that is actually all for this video. In this video, I showed you how you can change the profile information of a user. In the next and final video, we'll focus on password resets. And that is the final topic we will cover to complete this nice looking application. I want to thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe, and hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.